Okay, let's get right into it. So this is Linux with i3, and I'm going to be talking about some of the things that you can do on this that you can't really do very well or meaningfully on Windows or Mac, or even another desktop environment on Linux. One of them is the fact that, well, obviously what you have on those operating systems and their desktop environments is you have a normal kind of way to have windows. You can drag them around, you can resize them and all that. But where i3 really shines is tiled mode, which means that if I spawn another window, they're now occupying a tiled space. They don't overlap. You can resize them. You can make the gaps bigger and smaller. You can move them around. Let's just make that even. You can do it with the mouse too, which is pretty cool if you're not always feeling like using the keyboard for, you can see where that get really powerful is when you have several windows open at the same time. I typically don't, I'll have maybe 2 or 3 at any given time, and if I want more, I'll take advantage of workspaces. So I can actually move this thing here to workspace 3. If I follow that over, then what you'll have is the exact same way you set it up. You can... Here, let's just do a couple of them. Let's bring this all over to 3. And it's not in the same way because it kind of translates over to in whichever order you've done it. Now, that's pretty cool, I think, that you can have this, and where it's really going to shine is when you're doing, a lot of things, obviously. Maybe you have whatever program you use, if you're working on something, you can see things pretty easily. A lot of programs you can open with hotkey binds that you bind in i3 itself. So with Firefox, I did a couple hits of my keyboard and it brought up Firefox. But if you want to open it up, you can do that as well in a more traditional way. This functions. This is called Rofi, and it functions something like Startwood in Windows or the Finder in Mac. And it's just a file launcher, really. Anyways, let's close this. I can make them transparent or opaque or anything in between, and I can still kind of move things around, and they still, for the most part, work just like you would expect them to. This is Ranger, which is just a file manager, and it's really powerful because it's also you're able to bind keys to it and have those keys pull a certain function. So for instance, let's go on over to my music folder, and I have a lot of shit in there. Go over to Dropbox. I have a lot of stuff in there as well. Documents, downloads, whatever. I can go to my university folder, and I can... Hey, why is that in there? Well, here's a pretty good example. Let's say I want to move this over. Well, I can use a shortcut, like maybe I'll copy it, I'll open a new tab, and I'll paste, and there it is. But I don't want that. So let's say I want to move it somewhere else. Well, I can move it to let's move it to another university folder. Let's do AT, and that should have gone over to here, and there it is. You can make all of these directory structures that you want. I just use this for university because it's really well organized. So I have all my stuff, but I haven't linked it, I haven't synced it with my laptop yet, which has all of my other stuff. This only has some of it, and I didn't have Dropbox fulfill it the whole way. But you can see how powerful that would be, And let's say you want to, I don't know, not read a Communist Manifesto or something. You can do things really well with this. And, let's say you're typing some shit out. You can work really quickly because, frankly, you just you're able to navigate your entire computer with your keyboard. You can go on to something else. You can pull another file. Maybe you want something else up. That's fine. You get the idea. And that works out really well. You can go through all your different workspaces with your keyboard as well, left to right if you so choose to, or with whatever bind you have. That functions just the way that you expect it to. Now, what else can you do? If you're kind of keen on, I don't know, living like it's 1998, you can browse the web with your terminal, and this is something you can do in almost any terminal with W3M. But if I want to look up something like, okay, how to not be gay fast, I can probably find a cure for that. Yeah, okay, how not to be gay in 10 easy steps. And that'll just kind of show me other ways, you know, and I can figure out what to do. So that's a pretty cool program. And that's about, I can also, let's see, maybe I'll go over here. You can change your wallpaper, which is pretty nice. You know, it uses a couple shell things in there to do that. A little call in your config folder. You just have a lot of things that you can do, and you can edit everything to your liking. So it's definitely something that you might want to consider if you are stuck in the paradigm of using a desktop environment. It's something to try out if you have time for it.